Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we will cover one more scenario for user-defined command. This time, we will create a command which will accept a few parameters, and on the basis of those parameters, it will decide which command needs to be executed. Okay, so let's see how we will do this. So for this, we need two things. First is CLLE object and source, and second one is the CMD. So let me tell you how to create these sources. So for that you need to press F6 from your keyboard, and here you can put your name like test, whatever the name you want to give to that member, and here you can select two types of means for CL program you can select the type as CLLE, and for command you can select it as a CMD. Then you can keep your description here and then simply hit enter. So once you hit enter, it will open this blank screen for you where you can write your code. So right now we don't need to save this, so we are deleting it. So this is the CL source I have already created, and in case of CMD you can simply go with the CMD type. Okay, so let's see what we are doing in CLE program. So I'm taking this program in edit mode, and here you can see that we are taking one parameter for this program. So just write pgm, then press F4, and here you can see that we are retrieving one parameter as %lib, so it will take library. Here we are declaring this variable, so %lib, it is of type character of length 10. Then simply hit enter, and below to this we are checking the conditions using select when. So just write select, and then after on in the next line you can write when, then press F4. Here you can pass the condition. So the condition is %lib equals to Sharmit1. So if the library is Sharmit1, then do. Now whatever the thing you will write between do and undo, it will be considered as, it will be executed when the condition is Sharmit1, means when the library is Sharmit1. Okay, now here you can see that in this condition what we are doing, we are using RUNQRY. So just write RUNQRY, then press F4, and in query file you can pass like this, testpf1 Sharmit1. Okay, so what we are doing here, basically we have two physical file in two different library. Let me show you that. So I'm saving it and just going for strSQL, running one query, select star from Sharmit1 / test pf1. So this is one pf data which resides in Sharmit1 library. Similarly, we have same physical file in different library which is Sharmit2. So this is the data of Sharmit2 library. Now what we are doing with this program, we are creating one command which will take two libraries as a parameter, which will take a library as a parameter, and if it is Sharmit1, it will show the data from Sharmit1 library, otherwise it will show the data from Sharmit2 library. Okay, so this was the requirement. Now first condition we have checked. Now we will go for second condition. In second condition, what we are doing, we are checking if the library name is Sharmit2, then what we will do, we will do the run query on in same way. Just write RUNQRY and then press F4. Here in query file you can pass your file name and library name, then simply hit enter. So this time it will fetch the data from Sharmit2 library. And then the third condition is otherwise. So if both conditions are not true, then in that case we will write otherwise, then press F4, and here you can pass the command as do. So whatever the thing you will write inside do and undo will be processed. So here we are just printing one message with the help of send program message. So just write send program message, then press F4, and here you can pass it as invalid library, then simply hit enter and end select and end pgm. Okay, so it is a quite simple program. We are taking one parameter as a library. If library is Sharmit1, we will do the run query on Sharmit1. If library is Sharmit2, then we will process the data from library Sharmit2. If both are false, then in that case we will print one message, invalid library. Okay, so let's compile this. So it is compiled now. Now we will see the CMD source. So what we are doing in CMD source, we are just write CMD, then press F4. Here you can pass the prompt message. So I'm passing it as conditional run query. You can see that this command also had this prompt message. So in same manner, this will be appeared in our command, and here our command will be displayed. Okay, so just write conditional run query, then hit enter. You can keep any text here. Now the second thing we are using here is param. So just write PARM, then press F4, and here you can pass KWD as the text which you want to show. Like I want to pass it as a library, so I just pass it as library. Then the type is star char, length is 10, then go page down, do page down, and we will other option will be default. Then we will set this minimum value required as 1, then do page down, and here in prompt text or message ID we will ask this enter library name, then simply hit enter. So your command will be look like this: kwd as library, type as character, length as 10, minimum as 1, and prompt message will be enter library name. So this is a quite simple command source. Then simply hit file and compile it. Both the things are compiled. Now we will create the command. So to create the command, you can use the command crt cmd, then press F4. Here you can pass the command shortcut. So my command shortcut would be cmd2, which will be created in library Sharmit 1. Here we will pass the program, process program, which is user cmd program 2. And here we will pass the source file name, which is Sharmit, and library is Sharmit 1. And this command name is user command 2, and then hit enter 3 times on default option. So you can see command 2 is created. Fine. Now we will test this. So just write cmd2 and hit enter. It will open this screen. Okay. So you can see that message is coming, parameter library required. So this is the thing that we pass in kwd, right? This is coming from there, and minimum is showing this error because if we are not passing this value, then it will give the error parameter library required. Now I will pass some random or some wrong data here, testing, and hit enter. So it will give that message invalid library. Okay, because this is not the correct library. Now if I pass the library as Sharmit 1 and then hit enter, then it will show the data from Sharmit 1 library. Similarly, if I pass the library as Sharmit 2, then it will print the data from Sharmit 2 library. Okay, so this is how we can create a command for making this kind of utility where we can simply pass one parameter and accordingly it will decide which data needs to be shown, or like you can create any other commands as well. We will see some basic command or some basic utility that will help in our day-to-day development thing. So I hope this session is clear to all of you. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.